It's been requested many times that I figure out a way to give an accordion lesson to people who cannot actually come in contact with me physically. It's been my blessing for many years now to be able to have the talent and opportunity to accomplish teaching people how to play an accordion in about 15 minutes. I know that sounds incredibly impossible, especially when you look at an accordion. But if you'll pay attention to this video, and if you can hold a note, if you can hold a key, if you can sing on key, if you can hold a tune in a bucket, so to speak, then I believe you can learn how to play an accordion with this video. I've taught hundreds and hundreds of people how to play the accordion, and many people on the mission field and use it here in America for the glory of God. It can be used in nursing homes, on the street, as an addition to the service, or it can be used as the regular instrument for the service. If you don't have a piano player, this could be a real blessing to pastors. If you can sing and hold a key, then you can learn how to play an accordion. So I'd like to do that to you, and you don't have to know any music. I don't have to know anything about music. And some of you are wiping your brow saying, "Oh, thank God for that." I'm going to teach you how to play by ear. And all you would have to know would be the difference between a flat and a sharp. And that's it. That's all you would have to know, which we'll show you that in just a minute. But I want to show you how to take an accordion, and you pick it up, and you put the straps on in such a manner, put the left one on, then the right one, get it adjusted to you, put your hand through this strap, and this little knob up here is to adjust the length of this strap. So there should be some resistance on your hand, but it shouldn't be so tight you can't move it around. Then you unfasten it from the top and from the bottom. I don't have one on the bottom, but you normally do. And then you're looking for this little gizmo right here, which would be in the second row. Take your middle finger and try to find a dimple, a concave, one of these little buttons. Almost all of them are convex, so they're pimples, in other words. But this thing here is a dimple, and it's right here, and it's in the same location on every accordion. Sometimes they put a little diamond in there, but it'll be in the middle. It'll be in the second row, right there. It's a concave note. Now, that's the most important thing for this whole lesson. You take your middle finger on your left hand, and you put it on that concave. Now, you won't be able to play music that you don't know. You can't play a new song that you're unfamiliar with. But you can play almost 85% of the songs in any hymn book by using this method, if you know the song. So assuming that you know "What can wash away my sin? Nothing but the blood of Jesus," you can play it. If you know "When the roll is called up yonder," you'll be able to play it. So what you do, when you get the accordion on, you select a hymn in the hymn book that you already know, that you're familiar with. And then you want to, the first thing you do when you look at here, you look at this corner, the left-hand corner of the music. In this case, it's "The Solid Rock." Most people know that song. And up in this corner, there will either be a sharp or a flat, or there will be nothing. Now pay attention. A sharp looks like that. A flat looks like that. Looks like a little lowercase b. This looks like, what do they call it? The game that you play, tic-tac-toe. Now, if it has a sharp, as this song does, it may have 5 sharps, 4, 3, 2, or 1. But if it has sharps, you find your little button that has the concave. Pay attention now. You always, 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 always move one row back. Here's the concave, the little dimple. You move one row back. Now, if the song that you want to play has a sharp, then you move from that point up. Sharps, up. Sharps, up. You move up the same number of sharps as appear on the hymn. In this case, the solid rock has one sharp. Starting over again, you find with your middle finger the dimple, the concave, in the second row in the middle. You can look over the side and look visibly for it if you need to. Then you always move one row back. Then you'll move one up because there's one sharp. Now watch my fingers carefully. Then you put your index finger on the one above it, your ring finger on the one below it. And with just those three fingers, just those three notes, none of the other notes here will you need to touch or have any communication with except these three right there. Don't remove your fingers from touching that because you'll lose where you're at. You'll lose your anchor. Now, with your fingers right there, you almost always start with the middle finger. That'll give you the place where you're going to start singing that song. Now this is the solid rock, so we're going to start right here. Now watch my fingers. My hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. I dare not trust the sweetest frame, but wholly lean on Jesus' name. On Christ the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. Now you notice I played that entire song with just three fingers on the same three notes. Now that makes it pretty simple. I think anybody could do that. You say, well, how do you know when to change? That's where you tune your ear. If you start in the middle, then you only have two options, two directions to go. And when you play through the song and it begins to sound a little bit weird, then you try your ring finger. If that doesn't fix it, try your index finger. And one of those three, 85% of the hymns, it will work. I'll give you a for instance there. Let's do this same song, and we'll see, you'll see what I mean. Gotta turn back. All right. My hope is built on nothing less than, doesn't sound good. My hope is built on nothing less, doesn't sound right either. My hope is built on nothing less, one out of three, you got it. But Jesus' blood, we need to change again. Jesus' blood and righteousness. Now you get the gist of it. Now, we're going to go to a song that has a flat in it. In fact, it's got 4 flats. I want you to notice in the hymn book, the song, When the Roll is Called Up Yonder. You'll notice right here in the left-hand corner, it's got 4 flats. That's all you need to know about the music. 4 little lowercase b's. Now watch my fingers. You find your dimple with your middle finger. Always, always, always go back 1 row. Flats, you go down. Flats, down. Flats, down. The same number of notes are these little buttons as there are flats. In this case, there's 4 flats. 1, 2, 3, 4. You put your index finger on the one above. You put your ring finger on the one below. With just those 3, we'll sing this song. Watch my fingers. When the trumpet of the Lord shall sound, and night shall be no more, and the morning breaks, eternal cry will bear. When the saved on earth shall gather over on the other shore, and the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll With just a little bit of practice, if you can get you an accordion, and I'll tell you how in just a minute, and get the hymn book, and go through the hymn book on the songs that you already know, go through the procedure I just gave you, it won't be long to where you can train your ear whether to go up or down on the method that I gave you. We'll do one more song because there are songs that don't have they don't have any flats or sharps in them. Such a song is At Calvary. Now look up in the left-hand corner. It doesn't have any sharps or flats there. What do you do in that case? Okay? You find your dimple with your middle finger. You go back one. You always go back one row. And you stay right there. Because that's middle C and it has no flats or sharps. Take your index finger, put it on the one above. Take your ring finger, put it on the one beneath. Now watch this song. Years I spent in vanity and pride, bearing up my wounds crucified. Oh, now it was for me he died on Calvary. Mercy there was free and grace was free. Pardon there was multiplied to me. There my burning soul found liberty. You think you could do that? Notice another thing now. Notice I didn't play anything on this side. If you know piano, help yourself. That's all it is. But I try to keep things simple. You really don't need this side for playing, just as I proved right here. I didn't play anything on this side at all. It'd be great for nursing homes, wonderful for jails, rescue missions, churches, on the street. It's the best instrument for the street that I know that God ever invented. Now, one more thing I want to mention to you. How can you get an accordion? Now, don't go to a music store because they're going to charge you $4,000. And unless you just want a $4,000 accordion. Don't go to a pawn shop. There have been good instruments found in pawn shops, but it's very rare. They overprice them terribly. What you need to do is go to flea markets, go to garage sales. And what I would suggest you do is put an ad in the paper for a weekend and say, Christian minister needs accordion. Either purchase or donate. And you'll get people that'll call and want you to buy their $2,000 piece of junk, but just say no. And when you find the one that you like, and I'll show you that in just a minute, if it's less than, say, a couple of $100, or if it's something you really want and you've got the extra money, then go and get it. But here's how. You say, well, how do I know it's good? I mean, there's certain brands. The brand name is meaningless. There are so many brands, and there's good ones and bad ones within the brand. So here's what you do. Let's say that you found an accordion that you think is within your price range. You want to know if it's any good. 3 tests. Pick it up, hold it together. You don't have to know anything about music or an accordion to do this. Pick it up and turn it upside down and back and forth. If it rumbles, if there's something that rattles inside, set it down, walk away. There's a reed that's come loose, and chances are you'll never get it fixed. You don't know how to do it, and it's very difficult to find someone who knows how to do it. If it passes that test, secondly, put the straps on. Again, you don't have to know anything about an accordion, but you can act like you know. Put your hand through here, unfasten it from the top and from the bottom, and just don't press any of the keys and see if it has resistance on the bellows. It should go out like this. I'm pulling kind of hard, and it should go back in. But if it goes out real quick and sucks air, if it goes and it's got a hole in the bellows, and put it down, you'll never get it fixed. It doesn't matter what the price is, you'll never fix it. If it passed that test and the first 2 tests, then the 3rd test, just begin to play at random. Just play a lot of the keys. If they don't stick, and if they don't sound sour, Play this side. If they don't stick and they don't sound sour, and if there's not any that don't play, if it's under $200, you buy it, and if you don't like it, I'll buy it from you and give it away. But that's the accordion lesson, and that's a good deal for you. I hope that you use it and go out and do it and use it for the Lord Jesus Christ as many others have before.